It's yours truly, Ricovibes, and welcome to another edition of Take 5 with Ricovibes. Now, for about a year and a half or so, I've been watching the emergence of this young man. He's the most sought after DJ in Atlanta right now. Welcome to the show, DJ A.
Thank you.
What's going on, man?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out where you came from. You just appeared.
Nah, I've been here, man. I've been here, but I finally decided to, hey, let's go, let's do it.
Right.
And since I said, let's do it, it's been taking off. So.
Wow. Where you from?
From Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, my parents are Guyanese, but I was born and raised in New York.
And how long you been DJing?
I started at 16. So I was in a band from...
A band?
Like a band, drummer. I was tiny, I had to sit on books to play.
Really?
Yeah, that's how,
Wow.
when I started playing music. But even before that, like I used to just bang on bowls and stuff in the house.
So music was in your bones?
It was in it, yeah. I don't know why, but just love music. So I did a band from 3rd grade all the way to junior high school. Then I stopped. Once I got to high school, played some football. And then during high school, I went to a party somewhere. I can't remember. I think it was the Jambalaya in New York. And
of course.
Ryan Shatta, I believe that's who was playing. Probably was my age around that time. Right. So I'm in the party and I'm like, I can do this. Like,
really? Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. I'm like, I want to do this.
Wow.
It was just watching him DJing, and he had my attention, and the whole place was just rocking.
Was that CD days or was that Serato days?
CD. I started CD. So yeah, I had a friend of mine. He plays as well, and I went to him. I'm like, yo, I want to learn how to DJ. Like, I had ideas of how to do it. Like I would mix it like on a computer, like mix songs on the Windows, the Windows Media Center.
Yep.
But I'm like, I want to learn how to do it. And at that time, it was CDs. So
Gotcha.
I had to learn how to make the two of the same CDs, side A, side B, with the same songs, and burn a bunch of CDs.
I know. I remember those days.
Yeah, that's where I started.
Wow. So when did you move here to Atlanta?
2013, I believe. 2013 or 2014.
Okay. And you were DJing all that time up to now?
Before I moved, I was actually picking up some buzz in New York. And it was, say, around, because after high school, I would say about from 18 to 22-ish, 23. So after high school, that's when Serato came about.
Gotcha.
I was a kid, couldn't afford a computer.
Gotcha.
So I had to
continue with the CDs.
I had to continue with the CDs, work a little bit. I was working at Best Buy, so I bought like an open box, little Toshiba, and then I was able to
one of the worst computers ever made to Toshibas.
Yeah, before I even got to Serato, I was doing virtual DJ.
Okay.
Everybody. That was a big thing back in the days.
Yeah, for real.
So I started virtual DJ, and then finally got to Serato, and then it went from there.
Did you remember what your first gig was here in Atlanta?
My first gig, I would think it would have to be, I think it was Beer Vibes at Agape.
Okay.
It was me, Big Reef, King AP, and some other people.
Yeah?
But yeah, I think that was my first booking here.
And then you started, I started seeing you everywhere. You were down at Rum Punch Sundays.
Rum Punch.
Everywhere.
Yeah, but that's a big gap between the two though.
Yeah, was it? Okay, so
gap.
fill it in.
So, I think that was that should have been 2014, 2015. So, the reason how I even started when I moved here, a female cousin of mine, Didi, shout out to Didi.
Shout out to Didi.
She introduced me to GT Fire.
Okay.
She was like, yo, my cousin got this mix on SoundCloud, and she sent it to him. And as soon as he heard it, he called me ASAP. So we was on three-way. He was like, yo, you could play, So he gave me, we started chopping it up a little bit, and then he was the one that basically introduced me to the Caribbean side.
Were you ever in any of his events?
I've done DNA, I've done Magnificent, and Beer Vibes, which is basically his top three. His top three events.
And then again, so if you're filling it up to now, you fast forward and we got you just about on every event that we can think of.
Yeah, so after I moved, I had to do the family thing. I became a police officer. I did that for
police officer.
For Gwinnett.
For Gwinnett County.
Yeah, I did that for 5 years. Most people know, most people didn't know. While I know, cool thing is I was working Rum Punch when it was at Coconut Grill.
So you were a police officer at Rum Punch?
At Rum Punch, outside though.
Outside.
Like, just making sure nothing crazy happens, and
Gotcha.
you know, sometimes they preferred me there because familiar face, I'm Caribbean, I know.
Gotcha.
You know, some things may be extra to other people, which to me is like, I know it.
It's a part of the culture.
It's a part of the culture.
Correct.
It's like, it's not a big deal.
Correct.
You know, so.
Correct.
And then one time I just went in there, I'm like, there wasn't a lot of people in there, but I'm like, I had the itch to play a little bit.
In uniform?
In uniform.
Wow, okay.
In uniform. I went up there and I just played for like 2-3 minutes. Probably even less. And it went a little viral. They call me Soca Police.
I heard about it. Wow.
Yeah, so then from there, after that, I recently resigned from Gwinnett. Loved it, did my job. I think it made me, very comfortable to interact, speak.
Right.
And like, I don't feel frazzled in any condition. I'm just go with the flow and,
Decided you didn't want to be a police officer.
Yeah, I just decided not for me anymore.
Gotcha.
And from there, I'm like, you know what? It's time to go. Everybody's always been asking me, yo, why you not? Every time they see me, they're like, yo, when you coming out? When you coming out? When you coming out? I'm like, I want to, but I know doing police and too many conflicts. So I took a back burner on it. Although it is my passion, I love DJing. I love music, period. If I could do this for the rest of my life, I'm good. I love it. So I made the decision to leave, and from there it's just like everyone know, basically from GT Fire to everyone, like, hey, I'm back. Let's go.
Wow. Your story is similar to mine. I was in corporate America as well, and after 20 years I left and decided to do this. So
okay.
So your story is very, very similar. Other than the music, what do you see yourself? What do you have a passion for?
I like helping people. I love helping people. I love teaching people, and not to say teaching, but educating. So another reason why I left is because I have a trucking company, which I need a driver as well. So if y'all watching this, I need a driver. And then also I do a credit repair on the side. So I have those two things, and along with DJing, and then it's just, I want to get into, real estate and just trying to help people learn financial literacy and not depend on going to work all the time. Not to say that going to work is a bad thing, but for me personally, I don't want to have to worry about, if I want to eat a steak, I don't have to worry about, oh man,
can't afford
I don't know if I could afford to eat this steak. Or, I want to live comfy. If I want to say, hey, call my friends, like, hey, let's go travel to Dubai or even in-state, or, let's live how we want to live.
Wow.
Like, that's always been me. I always never settle. So,
I'm sure you have a family. When you told, I'm sure you have someone that you discuss. Okay, I don't want to be a police officer anymore, which is a stable job, pension, and all that stuff. So when you made that decision and you mentioned it to the first person, what was their reaction?
It was. Everybody gave me the same reaction. Like, are you sure?
I mean, really?
I'm like, yeah. I mean, it came to the point where every time I thought about going to work, I was stressed. Like,
really?
Yeah, like angry for no reason. I think I just reached. I always said I would do 5 years.
Okay.
So I've reached my 5 years, and then also this is separate, but a colleague of mine that we were in the academy together. I don't know if everyone remembers, but he was killed in the line of duty. Like, so we did academy together from point A to point B, looked out for each other and stuff. And it's like, whoa, this job is real. Like, it's real, but it's like, wow. Like, so from that moment, I'm like, I have to start making my plan. So,
wow. So you're enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the freedom. Yeah. I could go to any party I want to. I'm booked almost every day now, which is a blessing.
That's a good thing. That's a blessing.
That's a blessing. So I'm thankful.
Do you see yourself getting into the production part of it? Since you were a drummer. And
I do. Like that? I actually bought the Akai Mini pad recently, and I just bought a new iMac. So the software is loading. The software is loading because I love playing other people's music, but I wanted people to hear
Gotcha.
my creations, my
Gotcha.
music too. Like, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to learn and
There
teach
you go.
myself, and hopefully one day people
There you go. Have you been to Guyana?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I think the last time I went there, I was 11 or 12.
Guess it's been a
I'm
minute.
30 now. It's been a long time.
Been a minute. Now, everybody, you know, when they go in and wanting to be a DJ, you want to travel somewhere. You know, I had the opportunity to play in Africa.
Oh, wow.
In Europe and those places. What's your goalpost in terms of DJing?
I would say that would be an honor to play in Africa. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, anywhere. I would do a cruise.
Yeah.
I want to be international. I feel not to be cocky or anything, but I just feel like me. When I play music, I connect with people.
Gotcha.
And I think I can connect with people all over the world.
Gotcha.
Whether it's reggae, hip hop, they're gonna dance to it.
Right.
You know, they're probably not even paying attention anyway.
Right.
True.
As long as it's good music,
drunk,
as long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I just want to play music.
Wow. Now, DJ A.
Yes.
Now, how is it spelled?
AYE.
Okay.
But
So
some people call me I.
Okay. Is that your name?
My name? No, my real name is Ryan.
Okay. So how did you get A?
So I used to be called DJ Crazy. I used to be in a little group called Badadan ENT. It's a little, me and my cousins.
Okay.
You know, back in high school, Pasa Pasa was a thing. So
Right.
we used to dance
Right,
and
right.
all that stuff. So they used to call me Crazy. And I was the only DJ until my cousin started a little bit after.
Right.
And they called me DJ Crazy. And then I was working at a summer camp, and then this coworker, she actually helped DJ Magic, you know, with the branding and becoming. And she was like, "You're not crazy though, so why they call you DJ Crazy?"
Right.
I'm like, "I don't know, this
Wow.
just the name they gave me." So she was like, "We gotta find you a new name." I said, "Sure, I'm whatever you want." And we came back the next day. She was like, "What you think about DJ A?" And I was like,
But what was her reasoning behind DJ A?
She was like, "You know when people hear their favorite song and they be like, hey," and I was like,
okay.
"I like that."
Yeah, it does have a ring to it.
I
More of a
was
ring
like,
to it now.
okay.
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, let's do it." And from then I did a logo. I used to wear glasses.
Okay.
So the logo was glasses, red headphones, and that's it. And then it evolved into my actual face now, with the Guyanese flag, and it's a cartoon of my actual face. And that was either 2010 or 2011. So I've had the name DJ for almost 10 years.
Wow. Now, in this industry, you know, you have some people say, okay, I'm a soca DJ. Well, I guess folks put you in a box, or folks put people in a box. They say, you know, there's soca DJs, the hip hop DJs, they're you know, R&B, whatever, dancehall. What do you consider yourself?
I'm versatile.
Versatile.
I think I can play anywhere. My strongest suit, I would say, is soca and dancehall, of course, because that's what I grew up on.
Right.
But hip hop, I can play it. It's not my strong suit, but I'm getting there.
Gotcha.
And I would say, like, when I was a cop, if I wasn't booked, I never touched my laptop.
Really?
Honestly
You
speaking.
didn't practice?
Didn't practice. But I just stuck to the basics. If I was booked,
Gotcha.
you just stick to the 90s,
You
early
can't
2000s.
go wrong with 90s, right?
Get the latest soca's,
Right.
and you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean,
Wow. Okay.
I never picked it up. Never picked it up. Never practiced. It's just I was like, I know I have it.
Right.
It's just that I need the time to get into it.
Get into it. Wow. So you're now also a radio personality. You've add that to your resume.
Yes. Culture Tuesdays.
There you go.
The first station every Tuesday from 9 to 11 with my co-host, the lovely Nini.
There you go. It's a nice combination of Guyanese, Haitian.
And Haitian, yes.
Right.
Yes.
How did that collaboration come about?
It was after the pandemic started. They started Flossy Fridays, and they booked myself, her, Sugar Shay, and who else? One other DJ, I don't remember. But I heard her playing. She was the first DJ, and I heard her playing. I was like, okay. She's mixing nice, very nice, clean.
Right. Yeah. She does.
Better than me, probably. Clean.
No, she does mix clean.
So after we spoke, and then we exchanged numbers, and then I think the next weekend it was Prince, Guyanese Prince, his birthday party, and it was like on a boat. And he loves Haitian music. I don't have much. I have a few.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, I know you're Haitian.
Right.
You want to come play? And she came on there and she played. I started emceeing, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I like that." So we decided to.
So it happened quite by accident.
Yeah.
Wow.
We decided to run with it.
Wow. I mean, I look at you guys playing. The coordination is so. It's almost like you guys practice.
No, to be honest, no.
Really?
Maybe once or twice, but she's only been doing it 2 years. So
right.
at the same time while we're playing, I'm like, don't play that. Play
Gotcha.
this. Play that. It's a coaching thing, but I still sit back and let her
do her thing.
Let her do her thing.
Right.
You know,
Wow.
but much respect to Nene. She's
Nene,
very dope.
Nene, she has emerged as one of the leading females as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not just females, as one of the leading DJs.
On leading DJs, yes.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to folks, where can they follow you on social media and all that stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram at IamDJA. My SoundCloud is the same at IamDJA. Probably gonna start a YouTube soon and start putting out more mixes.
Gotcha.
For the credit repair, it's A1 Solutions. So AYE1 and Solutions. You can hit me up, ask me any questions, and I help.
Do you record your live sessions at all?
No. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes. But it depends on where you are. Like, you have to look to see if the mic is plugged in because you don't want to.
You don't want the audio without the mic.
Exactly. So if the mic is plugged in, or sometimes I take my own microphone and just plug it in the back, and I'll record it that way. But other than that, no.
How about the Clash game? Do you ever see yourself getting into that?
Recently, that's a tricky question. Not a tricky question, but I've been hearing a lot of whispers recently. Yeah.
I mean, you've got dub plates and stuff.
I have a few, but they're not sound killing. I'm a nice guy, you know.
Yeah, you got.
I like to play music.
Put a different personality on.
Yeah, I like to play music for everybody, mostly the females, because once the females dancing,
the guys will follow. Absolutely.
But as far as Clash, I haven't started paying attention to clashing until I moved here, until King AP, when they did the what's it called, Atlanta Sound Clash, which they are by far my favorite DJs out here.
King AP? Yeah. I mean, they're very versatile, and they've got the experience.
Yes,
they've got the experience.
Yes, they're my favorites.
Wow.
First time I heard them, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wow. All right. Wow. That's who I need to pay attention to right there. So.
Who did you pay attention to before, like when you first started DJing? Did you have anybody?
When I first started, I'm from New York, so the Young Childs and Kevin Crowns and those people along those lines. But out here, I love everybody, man. Proper English, he's the guy.
What?
King AP, One Drop. My brother is Unique. Unique sounds, good youths.
Got it. Well, DJ A, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I appreciate it.
Once again, it's yours truly, Ricovibes. It's all about Take 5 with Ricovibes. My special guest today, DJ A. Make sure you check him out. All right.
Thank you.
There you go. That's it, folks. We'll be right back with the next edition of Take 5.